Opening her eyes, she sees herself in a luxurious and bright room. She rubs her eyes and realizes it's not a dream anymore. She is actually here in a room that's bigger than she ever imagined. She tries to get up to go outside. She opens the door of the room and her mouth and eyes widened as she saw the interior of the massive mansion she was in. She looked here and there to find someone who could tell her where is she and why is she here, but she found no one. She goes downstairs. Hearing her footsteps, he comes outside of his study room to see her. Her eyes fell on him and kept watching him for a second, until realization hit her that he is the same man she saw a few days ago at her house or her husband's house. Vine. Oh, you are Jungkook. What are you doing here? Is this your house? Why am I here? Jungkook. I'll answer all your questions. What's the hurry? Sit down first. Vine saw the evil smile on his face, so she asked, What's going on? Tell me first. Didn't I tell you to sit first? Jungkook growled this time, which scared the shit out of Vine. So she just sat on the couch of the living room. Jungkook also followed her and sat beside her on the couch. He put a hand on her waist, sending shivers in her body. Jungkook finally spoke. You're mine from now on. You don't have to hear his toxic talks and bear his tortures anymore. You will be in my care. What? You're joking, right? This is not happening. Vine spoke as she tried to deny the reality. Jungkook, why would I joke about that? I just kidnapped you. Do you think I'm in a mood for jokes? Kidnapped? Her voice staggered as she spoke. What do you mean? How could you do this? Let me go. Why would you do this? Jungkook, because I like you. Ever since I saw you at Lee Sung-hoon's house, I just couldn't stop thinking about you. What? Just because you had thoughts about me a little, you kidnapped me? Jungkook, a little? He let out a laugh, indicating her that she doesn't know one bit about it. I've been thinking about you crazily, without eating and drinking, and you say a little? I did everything I could to forget you, but I couldn't. And in the end, when I couldn't bear it anymore, that's when I kidnapped you. It isn't that I'm a good person that I wanted not to kidnap you. It's just that you were already married. So I thought you would be hurt if I separated you from him. Jungkook said, looking into her eyes, showing care towards her. Fine. Then why did you kidnap me? When you knew that I will be hurt by all this? Jungkook, because I saw you. I saw how he treated you like a slave, as if you meant nothing to him. I knew you will be hurt if I kidnapped you. But you had been in greater pain living with him. That's why I decided to take you here, to stop you from hurting. Fine. Who gave you the right to decide that? Who are you to ruin my life and tell me what's good for me? Just take me back home. I don't want to listen to your bullshit about not hurting me anymore. Jungkook was in shock by now. What type of girl are you? I saved you from that monster who constantly treated you like a slave and took you here after so much effort, and you're asking me to take you back to that hell? Fine. I never said that I wanted to be free from him. Why do you think I will be hurt if I stayed with him? There's nothing like that. He's my husband, and I want to stay with him. So just let me go. Jungkook, why are you saying this? Slapping your wife and ordering her to clean his shoes by her own dress. If this is not abusive and toxic, then what is? I saw you that day. You were on the edge of crying. Why do you live like that? Why do you not sue him for what he does to you? Fine. You don't need to know about my personal life. Getting furious by her behavior, she said, then just stay here even if you want it or not. Because I will tell you what it feels like to be treated exactly as deserved. Fine. Is this what you call treated exactly as deserved? Kidnapping someone and forcing them to stay at their house is what you call treating a person? Jungkook, tell me one reason for why you want to live with him, and I will let you go. Ryan just wanted to go away from there, even if it meant lying to him. She said, I love him. Is this enough of a reason for you to let me go? There is no way you love someone like him. Fine, you wanted a reason. Whether you believe it or not, I told you. Now you are letting me go, right? Jungkook, I can't let you go there again, even if you love him. I can't bear the thought of you being treated like a slave anymore. Jungkook didn't let her say a word and went away to his room. Ryan tried to find a way to the outside of the house, but as expected, there were guards who didn't let her put one step outside the house. She didn't know how dangerous he was until she saw all the guns in the hands of his bodyguards. She came back with her legs shivering and sat on the couch trying to stop herself from crying. But she cried a lot for a lot of time, and then finally slept without realizing. In the meantime, Jungkook came outside from his room after being done with some work-related calls. He saw her sleeping on the couch. He sat on his knees and looked at her. He smiled while he said, You are so pretty. Why not be just mine? He put aside her hairs from her face, which made her wake up. She saw Jungkook as soon as she opened her eyes and got startled as to why he is so close to her. She immediately got up. What were you doing? Don't worry, I may look like a kidnapper to you right now, but I won't do anything without your permission. She looked at him as she said, Why are you doing this to me? Just let me go, please. Jungkook, I told you, you're not going anywhere, so don't ask me again. He got up from the floor and sat beside her as he asked her, I'm going outside for a moment. Does my princess need anything? She didn't say anything, so he just got up to go. But Vine held his sleeve from her tiny hand and said, When will you come back? Jungkook, I might be late. Why? Do you need anything? Jungkook looked at her and saw her crying. He got worried immediately and sat beside her. Why are you crying? You don't know what will happen if you don't let me go. Please, I beg you. Let me go, please. Jungkook, that's what I've been asking you. Tell me, what will he do? Why do you keep listening to him without complaining? Vine, while having tears in her eyes, said to him, Will you help me if I tell you? Just tell me, and I will move the world for you. To be continued.